Morning only I remember the place there.
I would like to request another student kindly come forward and present the novel and the hospital. The National Dengue Program of PHC, Aldona is headed by Dr. Amoy. So I would like to request Dr. Amoy to kindly brief the gathering about the vector-borne diseases which can cause the threat during this monsoon season.
Hello everybody. Today I am going to speak to you about vector-borne diseases. So first I would like to know how much you know about the vector-borne diseases. So which are under the vector-borne disease control program? Can any of you tell me which are the diseases which are covered under this program? Which are the diseases which are covered under the National Vector-borne Disease Control Program?
काल्लेपरीमध्ये जर मलेरिया आसा डेंग्यू आसा तर ते आमकां डिटेक्ट जाता ताका लागून हेल्थ एक जो आहा फायन काडटा ताका लागून आमी तेंचे ब्लड सर्वे करून हेल्थ कार्ड कंपल्सरी केले एवरी 3 मंथ रिन्यू आसता ते आमी आमचे स्टाफ आसा सायटीचे सगळे हेल्थ कार्ड हे करता तशेंच जे सायटीक ब्लिडींग आसा चडशी ब्लिडींग वॉटर आसा चडशी ब्लिडींग आसा ते एवरी वीक आमचो स्टाफ कस्टमर सायटी वयले ते ते एंटी लार्वा करता तशेंच हांगा भितर कशें घेवपाचें मॉस्किटो ट्रीट जाता डिस्प्ले करता सद्या आमचे एंटी सायकल मॉस्किटो कशें ब्रीड जाता डिस्प्ले केल्ल्यान मॉस्किटो सात दिसांनी
So first place goes to Miss Aroshi Belekar. The father and the son request that please come forward. Cash prize or this is sending online. She is not there, spelling is there. Second place actually आमच्या health staff from urban health center आरे ऑनलाइन असोई नॉट मेक इट I request करता हूँ one of my staff थोड़ी ये ना please support from activities आमच्या किंवा तुम्ही जे जायते facilities आमच्या society आमच्या community so ताका लागून we cannot reach to each and every house so ताका लागून सरकारान एक ॲप केला आसा आरोग्य साथी so we request everyone ज्यांना कोण सगळ्यात तयार जाणार त्यांना रिक्वेस्ट करता की आम्ही तांच्यांनी आरोग्य साथी एक डाउनलोड करता कित्याक हे डाउनलोड करीत तांच्या एंड्रॉइड फोनार तांकां सगळी इन्फॉर्मेशन मेळटली अबाउट टीबी सिम्पटम्स एंड सिम्पटम्स ट्रीटमेंट बाग सगळे गजाली बिकॉज दे कॅनॉट रीच टू ईच एंड एवरी हाउस सो आय रिक्वेस्ट अपील देम प्लीज डाउनलोड दिस साथी
pledge for the no tobacco day, which is supposed to be tomorrow actually. So we take this pledge. Please follow. On this occasion, World No Tobacco Day, I take a pledge that I shall never use or consume any type of tobacco product in my life. I shall motivate all my family members
occasion of the advocacy workshop for the National Vector-Borne Disease Control Program.
Good evening, everyone. This is echoing. I think the mic can be heard. Or the other mic is on. Keep on. Hello. Honorable Dr. Sritam, who is the health officer.
Can you hear me? Yes. Dr. Prabhu, Dr. Gaurish, and Prasad, all of you and all people who have gathered here. I'm very happy to be here, not because I'm an MLA. I will tell you why. I could answer questions of doctor here, Prabhu, not because I did any reading, but I was a patient of malaria. In 2000, I had malaria vivax with a complication. It was rare in the world. And I had coughing of blood. And I was rushed in an ambulance almost at midnight to GMC from Margao. When I reached GMC, at the door I was told, there are six ventilators, 5 working. All are full. So when I was hearing the conversation, I was on the stretcher. And then suddenly they say, one patient has just died. He's lucky, we will take him there. Now there's one thing which the doctors didn't know. As a small child, I had not very good teeth, you know. But so they should give me a little stronger dose of anesthesia. So probably calculating my height, weight and whatever, they gave me the normal dose of anesthesia, which didn't conk me off. I was still awake. And I could hear everything. At that time, they covered my eyes with cotton and put tape. They tied my hands on the side, tied my legs so that and they quickly inserted pipes in my mouth, in my nose, and I was wheeled into that ICU. I was on the ventilator. But one thing was the doctor, I heard him very clearly tell my wife, he will not survive tomorrow. You order his coffin now. This is the way he said it. This was the first thing. Anyway, I will share one experience with you. And that was the malaria vivax complication. I had come to know that one patient had died, one patient had survived, and I was the third with that complication. So they didn't know what treatment to do. Doctors of All India Institute of Medical Sciences had been flown to GMC. My brother who was in Manipal, he came to Goa. And everybody, it was like an experiment. When they give him this, he may conk off, he may give him that, something else may happen. Fortunately, I don't drink. Even till today, I don't drink, I don't smoke. I don't drink alcohol, I drink water. So I could survive. I could bring out, you know, whatever fluid was inside. And for 7 days, I was on the ventilator. And during that time, there was a lady dean at the Goa Medical College. I don't remember the name, I can't remember the name. A lady dean. And she came along with people to see me. And I didn't know because I was still with the tapes and the cotton and everything was closed. And she's giving some instructions. I understood she must be a professor or some head of the department. And she's talking to the students. And then she said one statement, oh, this big shot, God knows what they do and they'll end up like this. So when I was being taken out of ICU, I was being taken to ICCU. You won't believe, after 7 days, doctor said to me, shall we take you off the ventilator? That time I got very scared and he said, no, I thought I require a ventilator for lifetime. I thought if it's removed, I may not be able to breathe. I just said, I shook my hand and said, no. My hand like this and I did like that, no. Anyway, they removed, I was taken to ICCU. I'll tell you 2 funny things there. In the ICCU, because the pipes were inserted with high speed, they were removed. I don't know whether it's the speed of putting or speed of removing. I could not talk. I just lost my voice. And in my mind I was thinking, if I can't speak. What will I do as a lawyer? What will be my life? But during those days, I should write on a pad. I should write what I needed, what I wanted. So the first thing I asked, who is the doctor who asked my wife to order my coffee? The great doctor came, apologized and said, I'm so sorry, this, that. That was over. Next question. Who is the lady doctor who asked this question? Nobody came. Nobody came. Whole day nobody came. Then I came to know in the evening with a bouquet of flowers, which was not kept there after, just presented and said, I'm taking it away because it may not be good for you. It was the dean. And she goes in the corner and scolding the students. I told you all don't speak in front of the patient. She was the one speaking, not they. So, anyway, this was the one incident in the ICC. And the second incident, I presume that Goa Medical College has improved from 2000, now in 2022. I had unwanted visitors coming. In Salset, we call them Polindur. You know what they are? In Bhatir, what do you call them? Polindur. Can you believe that Polindur was coming there on my bed and trying to bite my toe? That was the state of the medical college in those days. And I could not talk. So I could not even do shoo, I could not do anything. If I was doing, the only sound was coming like this. So I was sleeping on that bed and they told me don't go into, they told my family don't take him in a private room because nobody visits you there. Be in the general ward, everyone will see you. So I was sleeping on that bed with an umbrella. So every time that fellow would come, I would hit the bed, tuck, 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 he would run away. These are the funny things of Goa Medical College of those days. But I think things have improved now. And I think they are kept out. But what happens is, this gives us, by the way, that was Vivax with a complication. I went home and 2 months later, I came back and I had falciparum. And in falciparum, I had absolutely no symptom, nothing. And there was no ventilator, nothing for me. I was simply put back in that ward. And strangely, I found one gentleman from Norway. He was an A-class contractor called Peter Colasso. Stays exactly in front of Kamal College. I knew him, his sons and all that. He was there. So then I just shouted, "Are Peter, to gar gel na? Ki de baba? Te gara to zogdi zolat de gaon ye linga." I said, "A hospital of support ni beste rao paenga. Kani ki zat le." Na te badi sorpan gas mala dekho ye lo aap job robot dekho ye lo. Believe it or not, he got bitten by mosquito and he died. In the GMC, he got bitten by mosquito and he died. So what I'm saying is, sometimes we don't know. Maybe I'm not saying that he died because of the bite of that mosquito, because I think it takes 14 days time for the period of incubation. So that bite might have happened somewhere else. And then he came and 14 days later he died here. But these were the things which I had both the malarias within a span of hardly 3-4 months. Why I'm saying this is because we take things for granted. We don't look at our surroundings. I agree. The other day I had requested the health department to come and they found tires in my garden. So I told my boy, just get rid of those tires. If you even throw them with that fellow who repairs, retrades tires, give him there, but don't keep them in my house. So we don't realize small things which we keep. And then we accumulate so much of garbage. My father, at the end of every season, whether it was when we finish our examination, before our vacation started, he would come to our table. Each one of us had a table with 2 or 3 drawers, and compartments to keep our books and things. He would make us take our things out, and sometimes he would pick things and throw them out. We would tell him, no, we want to keep this, like for memory's sake, and somebody sent some letter, inland letter. Those days, postcards, inland letters were the crazy things. No, nothing doing, throw that all out. It's all rubbish. So you see, we had that kind of a cleanliness drive which was always held. And in Margaon, we had fogging always, which was done, regularly fogging. If you look back in point of time, yes, I'll just take one call. Normally I don't take a call. So, if you look back, many of you may not read Portuguese, but if you look in 1900s, there was a malaria outbreak in Panjim, and it is written that Panjim was a very dirty and filthy place. It is in literature, it is there in history of medicine. My grandfather, my mother's father, was one who virtually, I don't use the word eradicated, but controlled and cleared Macau. He was the director of health services in Macau of malaria. His name is there in the hospital in Macau till today. We went in 2007. I took my mother for a holiday. We went to Macau. We were taken as special guests in the hospital, and his name is still there, written that he is the one who contributed to eradication and control of malaria. So, you see, those days it was a very big thing. And when I go to the Aldona, this thing, you know what you call that cemetery outside, my great-great-grandfather and great-great-grandfather are buried there. The tomb is there. By the side, there is a tomb of Carlos Frederic Ferreira, that is their grandson, who was 17 years of age. And our caretaker, who was there in Portugal, Anand Kamat, who died at the age of 102, having seen 6 generations of my family. He told me that he remembered that this boy died of brain fever. Now, what was the brain fever those days? You know, it might have not been known. Could it have been malaria? Could it have been anything else? Could it have been typhoid? We don't know. I can't answer it. But what was known in the village was he got brain fever. Today there are modern techniques. There are things and exactly what doctor has spoken about. For any sickness, there is first thing is prevention, the other thing is cure. If we can be safe with prevention, we don't have to reach that stage for cure. Because sometimes we may have multiple complications. Remember, some diseases may not be life-threatening. Some sicknesses may not be life-threatening. But the treatment you may take may create some other complication for you. You see, when I had COVID, I was, I don't know when it happened, but if you know Sudhin Dauligar, he had come to my office and I was online on a case in the Supreme Court. And 2 days later, because we sat next to each other, and 2 days later, he tweeted, I've got COVID, and anyone who has come in contact with me, please test yourself. I didn't take it seriously. Within 1 week, I was in hospital. Whether it was from him or not, I don't know, but that was one thing there. So we were very close to each other. That's the only time I let down my mask. Now, why I'm saying, when I was admitted in GMC, in Apollo Hospital, GMC had no bed, Manipal had no bed, so somehow we managed to get one bed. At 12 o'clock, maybe 12.05 is the exact time of admission shown. They may be formally admitted at 12.05. But I had, what do you call that, lung, what is that you call it? Pneumonia in the lungs, and I had moderate. So it was not a very good situation. But I never felt anything. Actually, I never felt anything. Sometimes even my testing of my, this was showing 97, and my breathing, I was not having any problems in breathing. But my brother told me, your voice is not sounding very good. And I only drove for the test. I only came for the test. So then my son said, nothing, then Papa, I will take you. So then we went and I was admitted in GMC. They gave me a cocktail shot that costs, I think, about 1 lakh or something like that. And with that, next day onwards, the whole time they were asking me, do you have diabetes? I said, no. I eat everything, including sweets. I'm the first one who eats ice cream, I said. No, every time they're asking me, morning, afternoon, evening, you have diabetes, then new sets of people are coming, they're asking the same question. I have said, no. My sugar went up to 300 by taking that shot. Now, I could have been perhaps one exception, but fortunately I had no other complications, so I could be treated. They started insulin on me. Then about 2 days later, Dr. Mishkita's widow, you know Dr. Mishkita, who was a revenue minister, who has died, she phoned me and she asked me, Carlos, how is your sugar? In my mind, I thought very fast. I thought, she's not asking, how are you? Are you all right? She's only asking about sugar. So quickly I asked her, you also had the cocktail shot? And she said, yes. So you understand. Then Digambar Kamath phoned me and said, "Tuk sakrechi ki problem dala. Oye, muge boyne soirak tenkai muge munage soirak tenkai pasun sugar problem. They apollo na ha. Amale sogle amchi ek group zato. In damshara kado rakle amchi ni aishto. But mache tingara wa degna kunsa. Am bora ha soda mat sodlo. But that is one after effect. That's why I'm saying prevention is better than cure. If had I remained safe, had I remained cautious, maybe I would not have landed in that stage and gone. And you won't believe, you believe me, you feel so weak, you feel so tired after you come out of it. It's like someone hit you very hard and then you just can't walk and I don't know how I actually even walked around for elections. But it was like that. Sometimes you feel you're breathless, you can't speak, but you feel that exhaustion. So, malaria has been a consistent concern for doctors. Malaria has been a consistent concern for the state, even for the union government. And if we are seeing the parameters, if we keep our environment clean, then I think we will live a healthy life. Now, when I say, I will tell you something very honestly. I have seen in Miramar, those shopkeepers, gadawalas, you go and just stand there and watch. They will sweep around, they will cross the road and they will put all the dirt in the gutter on the other side. Where there are no gadas, they will put the dirt there. They won't put in a dustbin. They won't put in the big bins. You understand? Now I am intending for our benefit and for benefit of people in the constituency to get these garbage bins, because we are having these, because you notice people coming from various places along this health center outside, they're just throwing packets and bags and all this. I don't know whether they are people who are paying the tax, people who are not paying the tax, but I feel that 90% of them are not from our constituency. They are those who are transiting through our constituency. So they're coming from Walpoi, Bisholi and all other places. They will be coming and happily I've been driving behind and they just throw the packet as if no one is seeing. I got a camera on my car, but I don't like to complain against anyone. But the thing is, don't do it. If I was to come and throw outside your house, how you would like it? I think we must make some kind of things like this. I've already spoken, I had come for a visit some time back here at the health center. I told doctor, along with the team, I myself will also help them bring out some videos, bring out some educative matters, information. We'll have camps like this. We'll go to the people, because unless people know what they're doing is not right, otherwise they feel, this kind of mentality is there. We did it and nothing happened, so everyone is fine, but they don't realize you are actually causing the problem. And if people are told, I think at least we can achieve that 50% will listen, 50 may not listen, 50% only when they get sick may listen. But at least we will try. And with the support of the people, see, if you make law, whatever law you do, people will go to break the law. You bring a rule, no riding on with triple seat. When they see the police, one fellow gets up, they'll cross him and that fellow will join again. This kind of things happen. So some people love breaking the law, some people don't ever follow the law. So I don't think laws help. I think we have to educate ourselves. And I think if we do this, and we get the people along with us, you trust me. You remember once there was an outbreak of plague in Surat. You remember that? Now Surat is supposed to be the cleanest city in India. Why is it? It's because people were made aware, people were made conscious. So many deaths which they suffered. So if you remember, if you look back also, Hong Kong was not only a place known for pirates, but also for various sicknesses. But today it's a hot destination because they have cleaned up the place. They have done so many things. They have had environmental and health conscious meetings, gatherings and things. So I think Goa is a small state and I think we can be an example to people. So I would urge you, whatever leaflets we are doing, I'll request our health officer also create a group if you can, so we can post in the group. As you started the competitions, I will also help you to have more competitions. Let us do it along with the department because it reaches more people. It is not like I'm doing for my people and I'm leaving people who are not with me. I don't want that to happen. Because today we must help everyone. And if we need to help, because remember, if my neighbor gets malaria, I'm in danger of getting malaria next. So it's not that he got and I'm safe. So therefore with these, I will not say few words, many words, which I have said, I do hope that we can achieve, at least in our constituency, good health. You have seen that many people are coming and buying houses in Goa, in our constituency. But have you noticed, mostly people are coming for retirement. Why should Aldona constituency, whether it's Aldona, Kozme, Moira, National, or even Olauli in this area, be for retirement people? Why not get youth? Why not get youngsters? Ours are migrating. Ours, there's a brain drain. People are going out. Why not attract them back? We can do many things here. And I think we can promote it instead of only getting the old people and the retired for their retirement plans, which they don't actually stay. They come, they buy the house, then maybe 2 months they are here, the rest of the month they are traveling with their children, maybe somebody in London, somebody in US, or maybe in Delhi, and then they come again. When it's too cold, their bones are freezing, they will come here. But that is not anything we should do, because they also, I'll tell you one thing, some of them are very, very highly reputed people. Some of them are highly well-connected people. Some are very good with their ideas and solutions. I am involving them in many of our activities. And if we can take them along with us and we can build this constituency as a very healthy constituency, I think the credit will not go to us, credit will be to you all. Because it will say that we are good, we are clean people. Otherwise, let me not shy from saying, go anywhere abroad. Why are we Indians treated badly? Why are we Indians called dirty people? Because we don't have even table manners, you understand? So I think we must eradicate this kind of notion. I think we can, it's not that it's difficult, and let us work together. And I know that since you all are attending and you all are genuinely interested, even the builders, the contractors who are here, you all are the first point of contact with your workers and families, teachers, everyone who are around. I thank you for coming, and I expect that we can make that group so we can circulate things. We can also tell about different schemes of the government. Doctor also told me about an app where you can have a consultation through the app if you're not feeling well. And the doctor will then give you a prescription, or if it requires further treatment, on that basis you can directly go to a health center or to the district hospital or to GMC. I'm trying to see what we can do to upgrade this health center. At the moment I have made some proposal the doctor suggested to me for filling in what we require, and then we will upgrade this to make better facilities over here. But I want this help and support of everyone. We don't have to rush to GMC, we don't have to rush to Bombay and to Bangalore, to other places. Let us do everything over here. We got very, very good staff, very qualified doctors. Sometimes I feel sad that the doctors are stuck, sorry doctor, that you all are stuck with administrative wrangles instead of reaching out to the patients. Good doctors are sometimes not able to give time. Not that they don't want to, they are sometimes in their heart, they are also feeling, I wish I could treat that patient, but they have to do reports. I don't know how many reports you have to give every week. Yeah. So even judges tell me how many reports every time, this report, that report, I don't know what is going on. So anyway, that is only statistics which keeps going up. But real treatment is when the doctor connects with the patient, doctor connects with people. I tell you one more thing, we don't have to become sick to come to a doctor. Even without being sick, we can go for a checkup. We can go and make sure, because you never know. While you still think you're sick, suddenly you may go for a checkup and you will discover that you are on the borderline of A or B or C, sickness or an illness. You understand that? And probably you can take preventive measures, corrective measures, not necessarily on medicines, but you could even take preventive on corrective measures in your style of life, maybe your food habits, maybe what are your food intake, you understanding? And that is the way I think we can lead a healthy regime. Thank you very much for listening to me patiently.
Respected health officer, other medical officers, and all the staff, the teachers, as well as the labor contractor and all the other people present here. As you all know, तुमची उलयता आमकां सगळ्यांक खबर आसा की आतां गेल्या ऑलमोस्ट 5 वर्सांच्यान प्रत्येक प्रायमरी हेल्थ सेंटरात एक आयुर्वेदिक डॉक्टर, एक होमिओपॅथीक डॉक्टर, डेंटिस्ट हे सुद्दां ॲलोपॅथीक ट्रिटमेंटा बरोबर प्रेझेंट आसा. मेडिसिन सुद्दां अवेलेबल आसात. मेडिसिन्स टोटली फ्री आसा, फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट मेडिसिन्स आपले. एंड ताका लागून सगळ्या लोकांनी तुमी हेचो लाभ घेवपाचो आनी हेल्थ जे आसा ते सगळ्या हातूंतल्यान आमी लोकांक दिवंक शकता. कांय दुयेंसां अशीं आसा जशें की मलेरिया आसा, कांय क्रिटिकल इलनेस आसा ताका ॲलोपॅथी दिवचें पडटा. बट आमचे आयज लायफस्टायल डिसऑर्डर्स आसा, डायबिटीज आसा, मागीर ओबेसिटी आसा, थायरॉयड आसा, हायपरटेन्शन आसा, प्रेशर वाडटा आमी म्हणटा ताका. कांय जाणांक स्ट्रेस आसता भरपूर, एसिडिटी प्रॉब्लेम आसता. तर ह्या असल्या एका आयुर्वेदीक मेडिसीन सुद्दां बरें हेल्प जाता. आनी ताका लागून अलॉंग विथ द मेडिसीन ऑल्सो वी सजेस्ट गुड लायफस्टायल टू द पेशंट. कितें खावचें, केन्ना खावचें, कितें खावचें न्ही, कितें बरें, कितें वायट. एंड एज सर सेड, प्रिवेंटीव इज बेटर देन क्युअर. ताका लागून सुद्दां आमी आयुर्वेदीक होमिओपॅथीक मेडिसिन्स, आमचो डायट आमी बऱ्या तरेन पेशंटाक सांगूंक शकता. सो हो सुद्दां वर्ड ऑफ मेसेज तुमी सगळ्यांक पास ऑन करची. एवरी सेक्टराक आमचे कडेन वुमन्स टॉनीक आसा, जे एनिमिया मुक्त भारत म्हणटा आमी प्रोग्राम सुरू आसा की कांय जाणांक आयनाची टॅबलेट घेतल्यार मातसो त्रास जाता, पोटान दुखता, हार्ट स्टूल्स जाता. ताका लागून सुद्दां आमकां आयुर्वेदीक अशी मेडिसिन्स आसा ज्यातून आमचें हिमोग्लोबीन वाडूंक शकता. वुमन्स टॉनीक आसा, चिल्ड्रन्स टॉनीक आसा, मेमरी टॉनीक आसा. आनी इवन आफ्टर हांवें पळयलां की आफ्टर द पोस्ट कोवीड मेनी पीपल आर गेटिंग सम सिम्पटम्स. सम पीपल आर हॅविंग सम लॉस ऑफ एपेटायट, एनर्जेटीक डेव्हलपिंग. ह्या सगळ्या हाका सुद्दां आमची मेडिसिन्स अवेलेबल आसा. आमचे सब सेंटर बस्तोडा जे आसा थंय सुद्दां आमी रिमोट हेचेर आयुर्वेदीक ओपीडी करता. ऑन एवरी थर्सडे आय एम अवेलेबल at the Bastoda's sub-center, and on Monday, Wednesday and Saturday I am available in primary health center at Aldona along with our homeopathic physician here. So सगळ्यांक रिक्वेस्ट करता की तुमी हेजे चड अवेरनेस करचे आनी मेडिसिन सुद्दां तुमी चडांत चड घेवची. थँक्यू सर फॉर गिविंग.
On behalf of my health officer, Dr. Tikam Naik madam, first of all, I like to thank all the teachers, contract laborers, other people, press, media, for being part of this program, National Dengue Day. Actually, I mean, chad punch memberank आपयले because they are the policy maker. Of course, sir is there, so we wanted sir to be part of this program. त्याच बरोबर सांगता पण मेंबर जाय आशिल्ले because तांच्या इन्वॉल्वमेंटींतल्यान आसता वॅक्टरबोर्न, स्पेशली प्रिवेंटीव मेजर्स जेन्ना उलयता तेन्ना प्रिवेंशन ऑफ वॅक्टरबोर्न डिजीज स्टार्ट्स विथ मी. आमी म्हज्या कडसून सुरवात करपाक जाय, म्हज्या कडसून तुमी न्ही, म्हज्या कडसून सगळ्यांनी अशें चिंतपाक जाय. सो सराक हांव चडांत चड थँक्यू म्हणटा. आज हो शेड्यूल डे सर त्या फंक्शनाक आशिल्ले, वेळ काडून आमकां मान दिवन रिस्पेक्ट इन ह्या प्रोग्रामाक सर प्रेजेंट जाले खरेंच थँक्यू फ्रॉम बॉटम ऑफ माय हार्ट. सो थँक्यू वेरी मच सगळ्यांक आनी लेट्स कीप डेंग्यू एंड ऑल द वॅक्टरबोर्न डिजीज अवे. थँक्यू.
Today, the Aldona Primary Health Center is celebrating the National Dengue Day, which otherwise is on 16th of May. But being celebrated today due to logistical reasons. And I have been happy to attend this occasion because they have explained to all the people about malaria and dengue. आमचे गोंयान मलेरिया आनी डेंगी म्हूण भरपूर केसीस आसतात. आमचे सरावंडींग साफ ना आनी डॉक्टरान सांगलां कितकोन साफ करपाक, कितकोन साफ दवरपाक. आनी आमी साफ रावले जाल्यार आमचे घरां भोंवतणीक आमचे असले सिकनस, आमचे दुयेंस येचना. हांव उलयता आसतना हिंगा हांवें पासून म्हजे एक्सपिरियन्सीस शेअर केला. हांवें सांगलां म्हाका कितकोन मलेरिया दोनी वायवॅक्स आनी फाल्सिपरम जाल्ले आनी हांव GMCन आशिल्लो. देवा कृपेन हांव साल्वार जालो पूण कितले लोक मेले बसून. सो आमकां नाका आमचे मोगाळ भाव भयण कोणा हॉस्पिटलान गेल्ले आनी कितें प्रॉब्लम जाल्ले. आमी प्रिवेंशन केल्या आमचे भरपूर लोक साल्वार जातले. आनी हांवें पासून सांगलां आमचो शेजारीक ताका मलेरिया जाल्या आनी आमकां जालें ना म्हणून आमी खुश रावपाचें न्ही. शेजारी सायडीन जालें देखून आमकांय भंय आसपा जाय कित्याक तो डेंजर आमकांय येता. आमकां केन्ना मलेरिया थिंगसोन हिंग येतलो आनी तो मॉस्किटो आमकां केन्ना घास मातलो आमी नेणात. सो आमी सगळे इतले स्ट्रॉंग न्ही. आनी आफ्टर इफेक्ट वखदाची नाल्यार दुयेंसाची ते आमकां भंय आसा. सो देखून हांव सगळ्यांक मागता की प्रिवेंशन इज बेटर दॅन क्युअर. हांवें सजेशनूय दिलां एक ग्रूप कर म्हण सगळ्यांक इन्फॉर्मेशन दिवपाक, सगळ्यांक हें करपाक कितें आमचे प्रोग्राम आहात ते लोकांक कळोवपाक. आनी हांवें सांगलां कसलो हेल्प जाय जाल्यार हांव आसतलो आदार दिवपाक आनी आमचे आल्दोना हेल्दी कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी म्हूण दवरपाक. आल्दोना कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी सगळ्या लोकांक वांगडार घेवन आमचे बरे हेल्दी कॉन्स्टिट्युएन्सी दवरपाचें.
So, hello everybody, I am Dr. Amay Prabhu, Medical Officer at PHC Aldona. Today on this occasion of National Dengue Day, I gave a small talk on vector-borne diseases which are concerning our PHC, primarily on malaria and dengue. Anything?
What are the risks of this?
What is the what?
What are the risks of this?
Risk of malaria and dengue, it is basically spread by the bite of mosquitoes. Anopheles mosquito in malaria and Aedes mosquito in dengue. So we have to basically take measures to prevent these mosquito bites or mosquito spread. This meeting is a small meeting about on National Dengue Day and about vector-borne diseases, a health talk on vector-borne diseases to spread awareness among people about these vector-borne diseases concerning our area.
माझे नाव प्रसाद, गांव सेंटर इन्स्पेक्टर प्रायमरी हेल्थ सेंटर अल्डोना. हांव आयज नॅशनल वेक्टर बॉर्न डिसीज कशें कंट्रोल करप ह्या बद्दल आयज हांगासर तुमकां सांगलेलें आसा. ते नॅशनल वेक्टर बॉर्न डिसीज मेन म्हणजे सोर्स ऑफ रिडक्शन मॉस्किटो ब्रीडच जावंक जायना. हे खातीर आमी चडसो प्रयत्न करपाचो. लोकांनी सगळ्यांनी उदीक सांठोवन दिवंक जायना. ताका लागून आयज मलेरिया सगळे कंट्रोल येतली. जर सोर्स ऑफ रिडक्शन आमी सारकी करूंक ना जाल्यार मॉस्किटो ब्रीड जातली. तितून आमकां मलेरिया, डेंगू, चिकनगुनिया आयज आमच्या गोंयांत मलेरिया आनी डेंगूच आमकां चडशे मेळटा. ते कंट्रोल करपा खातीर आमी मेन आमचे घरां नितळशी घर नितळ दवरूंक जाय. आठवड्यान एकदां तरी आमी सायटीक भोंवूंक जाय आनी कितें उदीक सांठवता सायडीन उदीकच्या कंटेनर एक प्लास्टीक कंटेनर धरा. तुमचो कट्ट्यांनी चिंपले खंय जें उदीक सांठटा तें तुमी डिस्कार्डेड करूंक जाय. ओके, थँक्यू.